McDonald's,
マクドナルド、
hamburger,
ハンバーガ
interesting or interesting,
ー、インタレスティング or インタレスティング。こんにちは、かなめです。Today, I'd like to talk about how Japanese people conceptualize sounds. Understanding how Japanese people recognize and conceptualize sound is very important to speak Japanese with proper rhythm and accent. Also, it helps you to recognize sounds when you are listening to Japanese. So, how Japanese people recognize sounds? They grasp sounds using sound unit called mora. In Japanese, it is called haku. Haku also means beat in music. Every beat has the same length. Just like mora in Japanese language. So when I say タクシーのラジオは FM 放送のクラシック音楽番組を流し When I say タクシーのラジオは Every mora in this タクシーのラジオは is supposed to be equally long. Even though there are some exceptions in real life conversation, but basically you should pronounce every mora equally long. In Japanese, we basically use mora instead of syllables. What's the difference between mora and syllables? For example, hamburger in Japanese is hamburger, hamburger. Well, when you say hamburger, ham is supposed to be one syllable. But if you're talking about mora, is two moras. Hamburger. Ba also has two moras. Ga has two moras. So, hamburger in Japanese is supposed to have 6 moras. Hamburger. If you don't have the concept of mora, say hamburger like hamburger, hamburger. To Japanese people's ears, it sounds a little bit weird because you don't pronounce ham long enough. Ham supposed to have 2 moras. Ham. There are 3 kinds of sounds you should note. One is long vowel. Long vowel is just like ba, ga. You extend the vowel for 1 mora. If I just say ba, it is 1 mora. But if I say ba, it has 2 moras. It's the same when I say ga, because this vowel is extended for 1 mora. Instead of saying ga, I say ga. So it has 2 moras. You should be careful that when you're saying long vowel, you should pronounce it for 2 moras in length. It often confuses Japanese people when foreigners pronounce long vowel not long enough. For example, word like oji-san. Oji-san means grandpa. Ji is a long vowel, so you should extend another 1 mora to pronounce it. Oji-san. But many foreigners, when they're pronouncing this word, they hastily say ji. Oji-san. It sounds like a different word. Oji-san means uncle. It's not grandpa. So when you're saying this word oji-san, you should extend ji long enough so it sounds like grandpa, not uncle. Oji-san. The second one is sound can be pronounced as I will cover this sound in different video. Well, for example, word like kantan. Kantan has 4 moras. Foreign learners often pronounce the syllable kan as 1 mora instead of 2. Therefore, it sounds too fast to Japanese ears. Many foreigners say kantan like kantan instead of saying kantan, ka-n-tan, ka 1 mora, 1 mora, ta 1 mora, 1 mora. Ka-n-tan, not kantan. So you should remember that sound takes up the same length as any other sound. The last one is sound called sokuon. Sokuon is a sound of holding consonant longer. Something similar to glottal stop, like sakka saka is instead of just saying saka, saka. Well, saka has two moras, but if I say saka, saka has three moras. This stopping part in the middle is called sokuon. So this is how Japanese people recognize sounds. When they hear some English words like computer, they convert it into moras. Computer in Japanese is computer. So they convert it into ko, pu, ta, long vowel. Computer. So it has 6 moras. When they hear English word like interesting, interesting, Japanese people convert the sounds into moras. So interesting will be interesting. So they're gonna say interesting, interesting. So it has in total of 8 moras. This is one of the reasons why Japanese pronunciation of some English words sounds funny. They have different rhythm. That's also why Japanese people generally have trouble learning English. If your mother tongue is Japanese, then you have this mora-system installed in your sound recognition system. Installing a new sound recognition system is not an easy task. So for Japanese people, learning English is a very difficult thing. The same thing can be said if your mother tongue is English, because you have different sound recognition system installed in your head, so you would have some trouble listening to or speaking Japanese. In the next video, I'll prepare some exercises so you can get used to Japanese mora system.